Hi guys, it's One Research back on the video, and I am sorry. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. I am sorry that I've been missing for a week, and I don't know, more than a week. It's either between more or less than a week. So, my phone got taken away. There was a family issue, and I was blamed, and I got my phone taken away. It's kind of personal, so I'd rather not talk about it. But I mean, regardless, let's get right into the video. So, basically, we left off when we're Naruto. Boom. Sorry, I burp. I have hiccups. So basically, Naruto. We start off with Naruto in the training ground with Ino and Sasuke. Ino and Sasuke are both training with him, and Naruto wants to teach Ino a few things and wants to teach Sasuke a few things as well. Because he can notice that even if he's going to be strong, he doesn't want to work by himself and wants his brother and soon to be wife, well, no, going basically to be my wife, um, to be stronger. And both of them have kind of committed to each other from the CER. And sorry if you guys can hear that rolling. That is yeah, I'm kind of sitting down. Wait, let me just move my location because I do not want to. I do not want you guys to hear my seat and everything. So I'm sitting down on my couch, and now let's continue with this. So basically, Naruto is kind of teaching a few things, and basically, Kakashi kind of comes in, and Kakashi kind of gives uh a um a paper to each one of them, and Naruto's asking Kakashi Sensei, "What is this?" And Kakashi says, "It is to test out your chakra natures." And that training day, Naruto already knew his chakra natures, but he just wanted to test it out, in fact, to show that he didn't know, just so they wouldn't suspect him of any foul play or special training from anyone. And basically, Kakashi gives every single one of them a paper, and Sasuke's looking at Naruto like, "I'm gonna get more." In his mind, now Sasuke's saying, "I'm gonna get more." Uh, what was it? What is his name? More chakra natures than you will, Naruto. Just see. Because Naruto, kind of, we flash back to the times where Itachi was still around, and they still loved Itachi. Naruto and Sasuke would vigorously train to become strong enough to be able to defeat or be strong enough as to be able to even compare themselves to Itachi, as he was a prodigy. Even though Naruto was a prodigy, at the time, he did not know how to cultivate his skills, and I do not mean actually cultivate his skills. So Naruto was pretty weak, and Sasuke and Naruto would vigorously train, but just that Naruto wouldn't use his immense potential at all, and would just keep it hidden. So that's why he didn't grow as strong as he would have. And both of them would be kind of like sad because they could never become as strong and as smart as their brother. Except Naruto would hide that from others because he feels that he would be an outcast and would be changed for what the others would think of him. So basically, well, not Fukaku, Minato and Kushina would always have, well, Minato, Kushina, and the Fukaku family would always live together because Fukaku would be basically their grandfather of both of them, and he's a cousin, so Fukaku is the cousin of Kushina. No, the brother of Kushina. So Kushina is the sister of Fukaku, and Minato is basically, if he's husband, then brother-in-law. No, basically brother-in-law, I guess, or son-in-law. I don't know. Brother-in-law. Okay, so basically, they would live together, and Fukaku and no Sasuke, no, yeah, Sasuke and Naruto would always be together with Itachi as well, and Itachi would show them a few things, and Naruto and Sasuke would have an immense rivalry. Like their rivalry is immense between all other, and basically, now that's the end of the flashback, and we go back, and then we get to the point where they're unleashing their chakra natures. And I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Sasuke gets fire, electricity, and earth. And I know he gets an extra one. And Ino gets, I don't know what Ino got as her chakra natures. I don't think anyone actually in the anime actually said it. But I'm just gonna give her what I think she might have get. She would have gotten um, water, uh, and earth. I think water and earth is what she would normally gotten, and she gets water and earth. And uh, Itachi, no, Kakashi kind of tells Naruto to go train at the training field that he's going to be talking to Sasuke and Ino. And he, Sasuke, sorry, I'm kind of, my brain was on something else and I'm kind of freezing up. So basically, Sasuke's like, no, that's not fair. If you're gonna teach us something, then teach it to Naruto as well. And Kakashi kind of looks at Sasuke like he probably already knows it. Since a child, I taught him everything I knew, and Sasuke looks at Naruto pouting, and Ino kind of looks at Naruto blushing, but kind of pouting. Like no, okay, Sasuke is mad, but Ino is pouting, kind of blushing because she's like she's so strong, and Naruto heads off, and he kind of goes over to Takashi. He's like, "Can I have the day off?" He's like, "Go ahead. I don't have anything to teach you. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I think I found an excuse." And Naruto's like, "See you, Sensei." And he kind of flying Gradients out of there. No, no, he just walks out of there because I feel like that'd be a little excessive to use around the village. And he's kind of walking. He's kind of running, and Hogoromo's talking to Naruto, and Naruto is asking Hogoromo, "Why do you want me to go to Haku's house?" And Hogoromo says, "I've noticed a change in the behavior of your girlfriend." And Naruto starts blushing. He's like, "Don't say that." It's like, and then Indra and Ashura are kind of laughing while Hamura's just sitting down reading something. And he kind of scoffs a little. And Naruto's like walking, and he gets to Haku's house, and Hogoromo literally says, "So do these hand signs." He's like, "Okay," and he kind of knocks on Haku's door, and he kind of waits 5 minutes, then knocks again, and Naruto's about to give up, but she finally opens the door. He's like, "What's the commotion?" Well, rubbing her eyes, looking like she just woke up, and Naruto kind of looks at Haku, kind of scans her up and down, and sees that she has kind of like if anybody knows Kefla or Khalifa, when what she has around her woman parts. So basically, she has that on. Well, no, actually, you know what? She has kind of like a tank top on and then shorts. And Naruto's kind of looking at Haku like, "Can I come in?" While looking at the ground, and Naruto is kind of like blushing, and when Haku saw who was at the door, she started blushing a lot. And reminder for anyone who's telling me this is wrong, Haku's a girl. He's not gay. Okay? I think I said that before, but I'm just saying it again. Okay? To continue. Now, Naruto would have his. Well, Naruto does originally have a yin yang release. So Naruto would kind of flash back to like a few minutes later, and would remember what Howard almost says. He said, "I've noticed your girlfriend has had a change of attitude. Ever since she came to the Leaf Village, she became angry and full of fury, and I want you to find out why." And Hogoromo kind of shows Naruto hand signs, and Naruto doesn't know what the hand signs are for, but he's just guessing it's probably something Hoguro was trying to teach him. And oh sorry. Meanwhile, Naruto's in the on walking by, and Naruto kind of activates his Byakugan and kind of looks at Haku because he's a very indecent person in this one, and looks over at Haku, but doesn't look at her things that make her a woman. Um, he kind of looks at her chakra network, and can see that she's kind of conjuring up a certain object, and Naruto kind of says, kind of doesn't he doesn't he knows this but doesn't say anything, and continues walking, and then his Byakugan picked up a certain movement, and Haku throws something at Naruto's head, and Naruto kind of lets it does lets it go, and he uses the flying Rajin basically to the couch, and Naruto's like, that hurt. I haven't mastered it yet. Ugh. And yeah, Naruto hasn't mastered the flying Rajin yet. Flying Thunder. No, no. I was about to say something. So he hasn't mastered the flying Rajin yet, but he's kind of the reason he hasn't basically like mastered it is because he's trying to improve on it. Basically, what I'm saying, and basically, Naruto has found a few things he could have done to improve this certain thing, and basically, Naruto gotta sits down, is like um kind of pins Haku to the ground, and Haku starts blushing because Naruto has her pinned in a certain way that would make you think indecently. But if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It's just a if you don't know what I'm talking about, just say like imagine this in your head. Imagine you having a girl like cuffed. Imagine like having her in handcuffs, but those handcuffs are your hand, and she's kind of like kneeling, not kneeling, kind of bowing, or let's say yeah, bowing down, and you're behind her. Let's just say that, and basically, shit, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble if this is. Oh my god, I don't think. Never mind. Okay, you know what? Yeah, never mind. If I talk about it, I think I would get caught. But Naruto kind of lets her go, and she kind of goes into sits on her bed, and Naruto kind of sits on the side of it. He's like, "Why are you mad at me?" And it's like Haku starts to kind of tear up. He's like, when you beat Zabuza, even though you let him live, he was still injured, heavily injured. Injured. Tried to bring him to a hospital, but Zabuza said no. If he was brought to a hospital, people would recognize him, and if they did, they would have called the ninjas, and he wouldn't be able to survive. And she starts to explain the fact that probably some looks like someone saw them, and Ambu came after them, and no, no, looks like that bastard, the one who hired us, um, hired Ambu to kill us if anything went wrong. And remember, Naruto killed the guy who hired Haku and Zabuza. If you guys are wondering why I'm not saying the name of the guy who hired them, it's because I forgot the name. Okay, don't judge me. I'm not a fucking god. I'm not gonna remember everything, guys. Um, no, I'm just being really mean to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, basically, Naruto heads into a kind of alerted form, and she starts to tear up, and she's Naruto can tell that she's charging up another ice needle in her hand, and Naruto kind of lets her stab him, but it breaks as soon as it comes in contact with Naruto, and instead Naruto parries her punch, and well, she does another punch and she parries it. He parries it, and Haku kind of falls into Naruto's arms, and she kind of starts crying, and Naruto embraces her in a hug, and Haku's crying in Naruto's shirt, I guess, and Naruto starts to kind of pet her hair, kind of like let's say how you pet your dog. He kind of starts doing this, like, stop it, I'm not a dog, says Haku. And Naruto kind of takes kind of rolls her hair behind her ear, and she kind of starts caressing her face, and Haku starts blushing heavily and kind of looks at Naruto with like doggy eyes, I guess, with tears in them, and Naruto starts to blush heavily, and Haku and Naruto start getting closer, closer, and closer until they kiss. And Naruto is kind of expects this to be like, oh, just a little peck on the lips and then separation, but no, Haku will not let go. She's starting to make out with Naruto, and Naruto kind of opens his eyes, surprised, like, you're going out. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is too much. Calm down. And Haku kind of wraps her legs around Naruto and will not let him go. And she basically has him pinned on the bed, and Haku on top of him. And Haku starts to put her both hands on Naruto's face and starts caressing them. And Naruto gets his body taken over by Hogoromo, but Hogoromo keeps the same stance. Just that in her arms behind, well, puts his arms behind Haku, trying to like pretend he's hugging her, but instead does hand signs and reanimates Zabuza. And Zabuza's right there, and Zabuza can see Naruto and Haku kissing. Zabuza's bloodlust and killing intent could be felt by Naruto. Naruto felt like he was gonna get knocked out just by his killing intent. And Naruto was gone. His body instincts made him body flicker to the other room, and Naruto and Haku kind of finish kissing, and Haku kind of gets off Naruto, and she sees Zabuza and starts to bawl her eyes out, and then hugs and says, "Dad," kind of. Well, yeah, she kind of counted Zabuza kind of like her dad, kind of like the only thing she had left, because he was kind of like a parental figure to her. And Naruto's like, "See you later, man." And he's like, "Damn you, brat! I'm gonna kill you!" And he's like, "See you later." And Naruto kind of like body flickers out of there, and Zabuza kind of this comes off Zabuza's head as he sees Haku crying in Zabuza's arms as well. And he's like, "I thought I lost you," and starts like kind of like punching him, like, "God dare you, don't do that again," and starts pouting and screaming and crying. And Zabuza kind of pets Haku's hair and starts like, "It's okay, it's okay." And basically, at the end, Haku and Zabuza end up reconciling with each other. And Naruto pulls out the map that Orochimaru gave Naruto. And he's like, "So, let's see what this leads." And Naruto can kind of like relays it to a map of the leaf, or the leaf and all around. And you can see that the map leads outside somewhere to the woods. And Naruto's like, strange. Maybe it might be an ambush. And Naruto was like, "It doesn't matter, they're not strong enough to defeat me either way." And he's like, "Well then, let's go." And Naruto kind of walks off and walking. Well, he wasn't walking, he was running. And basically, this took Naruto like around 22 minutes to get there. And Naruto gets here, he's like, "Damn it. Oh, this was a long road." And Naruto starts walking around and sees the cabin, and he's like, "A cabin? What, they plan me to walk inside?" Amateurs. And he kind of walks up to the porch and sees kind of like this tiger cub thingy, and it's white, and it has like, the scars that it would normally have. It's like shots of blue, and its eyes are pure blue, and it sees Naruto, and it kind of runs up to Naruto and swings at him, and this hits him. Naruto feeling thinking that it was gonna do nothing. Naruto gets blown away into a tree. He's like, "Ah, damn you! What the hell? You pack a punch, don't you, little boy?" And it makes a loud ass roar, like it sounds like a big bang, and like it says, and then Naruto was only seconds away from getting his head blown off, and Naruto activated the Sharingan 3 Tomoe. Was it 3 Tomoe? If it was Mangekyo, then I'd say it's Mangekyo and say it's Tomoe. 3 Tomoe. And Naruto can almost by seconds cannot react to what to the blows getting thrown at him, and Naruto says activates the Byakugan and says rotation, and kind of activates the mix between Renegan, Byakugan, and Sharingan, and Naruto starts to be able to catch up a little bit, but he cannot sense any chakra network at all, and Naruto during this fight um says like damn it, and using rotation, he thinks he's safe, but seconds after, a wooden sword breaks right through the rotation and starts trying to cut Naruto down. Naruto pulls out the executioner blade, and it clashes with the wooden sword, and the wooden sword totally wrecks the executioner blade. And Naruto's like, "What?" And he kind of bites his takes the kunai, kind of pricks his finger and kind of puts it on the executioner blade, and the executioner blade comes back to its normal form, and Naruto's like, "Damn you!" and puts Samehara, because he took from the encounter with Itachi and um Kisame, yeah, Kisame. I forgot the name for a second. And from the clash between Itachi and Kisame, he kind of took Samehara. And Naruto kind of took this dual swords and almost slashed right through. And but it cut right through the executioner blade and stopped that Samehara. Even though Samehara was heavily hurt, and he's like, "What the hell is this wooden blade? Is it made out of? It's not wooden. Maybe some type of metal made out of wood, but it doesn't have any sharp edges." And Naruto's like, "Let me test it out." And kind of holds his hand up to his arm, and the wooden sword doesn't cut through his arm, but his arm looks like a twisted Lego. Like, bro, it looks like you just got. Imagine look like the Rasengan, and imagine getting twisted your arm around like that. Uh, if you guys have seen the fight between Levi and the Beast Titan, you know how Levi cut through the Beast Titan's arm. It kind of looks like that, just not with the cuts going right through his arm. Just like his arm just looks like that, and Naruto's like, what the? And Naruto kind of uses a healing jutsu, and a advanced healing jutsu that Tsunade taught him. Even though he wasn't gonna teach him anything that was even close to anything smarter than that. And Naruto kind of says, ugh, and kind of puts his back into his arm back into its normal state, but it's still kind of bleeding, so Naruto can't use that arm anymore. And it was his non-dominant arm, so he's not gonna have any difficulties. And Naruto ends up getting knocked out, and Naruto wakes up, is like, I, I had a dream where I was fighting this guy who seemed to be invincible. It's like, nope, you still have that. You're still in the dream then. And it's like, what the? And then looks right next to him and sees a man with a sword, a wooden sword, in the middle of his legs, and is like, so you woke up then? And he's like, puts a sword right up to Naruto's head, and he's like, who sent you? Did that snake man send you? He's like, snake man. He's like, Orochimaru. No, no, no. He gave me the map, but I'm, I'm, I came here on my own terms, and he kind of puts his sword back away. And he's like, "What did you come here for?" And Naruto says, "I wanted to check it out." And it's like, interesting. Even though you're one of them, one of the normies, you're still stronger than I thought. Normal normies like me, like the others from that village, wouldn't have been able to survive me for even a second. You're interesting, kid. And he's like, okay. And Naruto says, where am I? He's like, in my cabin, in my home. And he's kind of like, and what was that dog? I think it broke a rib or two. And he's like, oh, do you mean actually? I'm not gonna give it a name. That's up to you guys. You guys are gonna give that dog, or let's just call him Tiger, a name. I'm not gonna name it. So I'm really not gonna name it. If you guys don't give me a name, I'll call it Tiger for the rest of the series. But if you guys give it a name, I'll give it a name. Even if it's just one person who does it, I'll give the name to that person. But it can't be anything awkward or anything that would not be good. Just in general, it has to be something appropriate for the occasion, as I would say. It's like, why that's like, oh, you mean Tiger? He's like, Tiger? Is that the name you gave it? It's like, no, it's just a tiger. He's like, it's no damn tiger. It broke almost two of my ribs. It's like, well, he is one of my late friends, I guess I would like to say. It's like, late friends. And the, well, okay, let me just specify this guy's age. He's an old man, okay? He's like, Naruto's thinking in his head, like, an old man knocked me out. How far have I fallen? It's like, it's like, um, the old man can notice Naruto's kind of retractive state, and it's like, so you're bummed out that an old man beat you, huh? It's like, yeah. It's like, huh. Well, believe me, kid, I'm much more than an old man. One that has lived for around more than 1,000 years. He's like, well, interesting. He's like, but kid, I notice you have a lot of potential. It almost seems like your potential's infinite. But it seems like you're extremely strong for a person of age 12. Most people who were half my age would not have been able to fight me at all. Look, I have a scratch on me. Must have been from that swirly blue thing you used against me. It's like, you mean rotation? He's like, yeah. Interesting. He's like, also, one question, old man. What's that sword? He's like, oh, this old thing? It's just a wooden sword. He's like, no, but be for real. Like, what is it? He's like, a wooden sword. He's like, ha, stop joking with me. What is it? He's like, a wooden sword, I said, young man. He's like, you were being serious. A wooden sword. It's different, not different at all. It's just a normal wooden sword made out of normal wood you would find in a tree. He's like, yeah, I made it myself. He's like, did you make it with any chakra or anything? He's like, oh, no, I don't use chakra. He's like, hold up a second. You don't use chakra? He's like, do you use ninjutsu then? That explained why he didn't use any elements. It's like, no. He's like, what the genjutsu maybe? He's like, what's that? And it's like, holy, did I just get beaten by a guy who knows pure martial arts? He's like, well, I did use something called ki. before you guys assume anything, no, we do not introduce a Dragon Ball Z in this story. Maybe in any other story. Hashtag what if Naruto was a Saiyan? But no. Or what if Deku was a Saiyan? I don't know, between those two. Also, a recommendation that I gotten from a specific guy. I don't remember his name, but the recommendation was, what if Naruto was, no, not what Naruto, Deku was OP but betrayed. And yeah, uh, thank you for the recommendation. I like it. I might do it in the future. Also, I remember, guys, the comments are made for you guys to ask questions. You leave down recommendations. I have been only doing this one what if for a long time. Not a long time, I think a few weeks. And if you guys want anything else, just tell me, because I'll do it. I'm kind of bored of this as well, but I want to finish it for your guys' sakes. But regardless. Ooh. I'm getting hiccups. Let's get right in back into Sorry. Let me pause. Let me go get some water. This is going to be an inconvenience if I continue. Let me just pause real quick. Sorry guys for the slight inconvenience. But there was a specific thing that made me stop, which was the hiccups. And I didn't want the noise of my heater, to make any certain sounds that would have kind of harmed the way you guys hear me talk. So, yeah. So basically, Naruto heads and says, "So, I guess I'd be leaving now." And basically, well, no, actually, I guess I'll be leaving now. And the old man says, "Wait." He's like, okay. He's like, as I said before, you have a lot of potential. But there's one thing that I want to know. He's like, sure, go ahead. What do you want? He's like, would you become my disciple? And Naruto's about to say no, but Hiromu takes over Naruto's body and says yes. And Naruto's like, not cool, man. It's like, sorry, I just wanted to learn more. This man says he's not using chakra. And during the fight, I noticed he wasn't. And he's telling the truth. I want to learn more about this key thing. And Naruto's like, okay. And Naruto's like, yeah, I'll become your disciple. And yeah. There's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Hope you guys liked the video. This is coming out at 3 in the morning because I stayed up to write the script and give it to you guys. So, yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. And love you guys. See you later. Which is tomorrow because I'm coming back to daily uploads. I just got my phone back today. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess if that's all I gotta say, please hit that subscribe button. I want to see more of you guys. Yeah, I want more recommendations, more stuff to bring on. I would love the recommendation, dudes. I really would. So I mean, if that's all I gotta say, please subscribe, leave a comment down below, just so I know you guys are there. And, yeah. Love you guys. See you later. This is One Researchman signing out.